a parable. A parable is a story that Jesus tells that is supposed to upset you. Yes, I said that right. Jesus tells the story in a way that is designed to make you think and go, wait. Because what Jesus wants to do in a parable is open up your mind and make a point that is not necessarily all comfortable. Jesus uses a parable to tell the truth in a way that a story can convey more than just simply saying, here's a truth, this is the truth. The story carries the truth. So what's the truth here about 10 bridesmaids? 5 brought extra oil, 5 brought their lamps with only what the lamp contained of the oil. It's pretty clear that there is a point being made about being prepared. Being prepared. Now, when I was growing up as a Girl Scout, be prepared was one of our mottos. And that meant pay attention, be ready, particularly as a good scout, be ready to do good, to bring goodness into your world, to be a helpful spirit. As the bridegroom is delayed, and that often happened in those days when people got around where they went to, mostly by walking. You could encounter an obstacle in the road. The road could be washed out. A tree could have fallen over. There could be people on the road that you have to stop and talk to. It's all kinds of reasons why a bridegroom might be delayed. Not because the bridegroom was intending to leave the bride at the altar, but because the bridegroom was coming, as they did in this era, by foot. So the bridegroom is delayed, and the party cannot begin until the bridegroom is present. So, that's a long time for a lamp to burn. The extra oil will be very important. There were some folks who didn't bring the extra oil. And they didn't bring the extra oil because they thought that the bridegroom was going to be at the time they expected. But this particular bridegroom came at the time when it was possible and right to come. So what is Jesus saying to us? He is saying the coming of the bridegroom will be at any moment. You cannot predict. You cannot, in spite of what some people say, you cannot say when Jesus will come again. Jesus will come again anytime. Look at your watch. People do that during sermons anyway. I'll just invite you to do it openly and publicly. Do you see this funny thing called time? Jesus could be coming in the next minute, or the next month, or the next year, or long after you and I have gone into our heavenly home. But here's the secret. Jesus comes over and over and over again. There is, we believe, one big triumphant hallelujah coming, when Jesus will come in glory and all will be put right. Between now and then, Jesus depends on us to try to put things right in our own small way as best we can. But Jesus comes to us constantly. I was just with Jesus this morning, driving in my car. The conversation was the kind of morning conversation that I have on Sunday mornings, most Sundays of my life. So Jesus, we're going to visit the people at St. Matthias Church. You know that St. Matthias is my favorite saint. And so let's show them how much you love them. Let's talk to them about Jesus as Lord and lover. And let's be thinking and praying about the people who are being received. That's a big step for people to make. And so, Jesus, give me the right words to say to them in the sermon that I've prepared. And Jesus, help me to show, as I do the receiving, how the church really does welcome its new members. And Jesus, let me listen to you. And from the front seat on the passenger side, Jesus was saying things to me like, just remember to pay attention to every person, because I'm living in every person in that congregation. And Jesus said, remember, when you are at the altar, I will come again. And treat that experience with all the reverence that a coming of Jesus deserves. You see, Jesus comes all the time. If we are to be prepared for his coming, it means three things. It means that we expect him, that we live our life in confident expectation, that even if the bridegroom is delayed, and there we are tapping our watch and tapping our toe, because we wish it would happen soon, you can confidently expect that Jesus will come. So, expectation. Number 2, keep your heart full of charity, of love. Let your heart be full of love. Let your heart be a forgiving heart, an accepting heart, a loving heart. Because those are the hearts that recognize Jesus. When he comes in all of the disguises, Jesus assumes. A loving, caring, open, and accepting heart will recognize Jesus, will experience his coming, all kinds of ways. And number 3, in terms of Jesus coming again, when Jesus comes, when you experience a little coming of Jesus in your life, let that coming change you. Let it make you a new person. Let it help lift a burden that you are carrying. Let the coming of Jesus to you transform you in small or large ways, because Jesus expects that we will be Christ, be his hands and feet to each other. So, I don't know about you, but I do know about my oil. My oil of readiness to keep my lamp lit so that I'm awake and I'm there when the bridegroom comes. That oil is made out of those 3 things I told you. My confident expectation that Jesus enters my life, often, in small ways and large ways, truly. Secondly, my prayer that by the grace of God, my heart might be a receptive heart, a heart that is loving, caring, open, and forgiving. Very important. And number 3, that I understand the coming of Jesus is working on me. You know, it's changing me day after day so that I can be a more perfect instrument to do what Jesus entrusts me to do. Now, I wish all of that. I wish all of that for all of you. Confident expectation in his coming. Confident. Even if it seems like a long time and you feel like you've been waiting, Jesus will come to you. Keep your heart open and loving. Keep your heart open to him and to other people. And thirdly, when he comes, He's maybe going to do a little rearranging of some of your interior furniture. Let him do that. Because he is making you a finer and finer instrument to be used for his purposes in the world. Now that's some mighty special oil, isn't it? Thanks be to God, who replenishes our oil, giving us grace to be confidently expectant, to be a person with a loving and open heart, and to be a person willing to be shaped and transformed moment by moment for God's purposes. Thanks be to God. Amen. Amen. Now we come